and drift away. I don't care how high you are.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you my eyebrow routine and how I got these eyebrows right here. I like to have sharp, defined eyebrows, but at the same time keep them as natural as possible. So if you want to know how I do this, keep on watching. So I have all my makeup done already, so all that's left to do is the eyebrows. So you want to make sure your eyebrows are groomed well. So this means like waxing or threading, whichever you like to do. I personally like threading, and I do this about once a month. And then like every week or so I pluck my eyebrows, which I'm going to do now. Got my eyebrows threaded last week, but you can still see it kind of growing in at the bottom here, so I'm going to pluck that out. If you keep up with the grooming, it won't get too out of hand, so you want to make sure you have your tweezers on hand. Anytime you see a little hair, you can quickly pick it out. If you have excess hair, it's not going to look as sharp and clean. You also want to let's just take a brush, and I'm going to put it against my nose, and wherever it ends, like right here, that's where you want your eyebrow to end. So if there's any hair past this line, like in the middle here, you want to pluck that or wax, thread, whatever. I'm just going to pluck some excess right here in the middle. I also like to make sure it's not coming too low right here. You don't want to fill in that whole entire part because it'll look really like dark here. So I like to pluck it like right under here. And to get the point nice and pointy, take off any of the excess hair that grows like below that point. Having your eyebrows groomed is the biggest thing that's going to make you get those perfect eyebrows. So there's many products you can use to do your eyebrows, like pomades, pencils, powders, but today I'm going to be showing how to do it with the pomade. This one is by Anastasia, Beverly Hills. It's the Dipbrow pomade. And the shade I'm using is medium brown. So my next tip is that you go a shade lighter or 2 shades lighter than your natural hair color. I naturally have black hair, but I went with medium brown because I didn't want it to be too harsh. The third tip is making sure you have the right brush or pencil. If you want to use a pomade or powder, you want to get a super precise brush. It has to be firm and super straight. That way you can get the sharpest line. And for pencils, you want to make sure the tip is super small and pointy. Some really good ones are the one by Anastasia, Beverly Hills, and there's one by L'Oreal that I think is a good dupe for that. They both have super thin points to get that precise line. Fourth tip is to start off with very little product. If you're using like a pomade or a powder, just like very lightly dip your brush into it, or if you're using a pencil, just go really lightly. And you want to start off at the bottom of your eyebrow. And I just kind of line the very bottom. Just starting in the middle where there's the most hair. And going out to the point. Then I'm going to slowly build this upward. And before I put too much product, I'm going to stop and I'm going to take my spoolie. So this is my fifth tip. Taking a spoolie and brush through there. That way I can see kind of where I missed product, where I need to put more product. Brush it all up, put a little product where it's kind of bare. My sixth tip is not to just go in straight with the line at the top to define the top. I just like to work my way up slowly and kind of have the top a little bit faded, not like a harsh line, because that just looks really unnatural. That was my phone. So slowly working my way up. I'm not going to go with the crazy arch because that also looks really unnatural. Kind of go with your natural arch when you can do a little bit more if you want more of an arch, but don't go too crazy with that. My next tip is going in with a really light hand to do this middle part. I don't like to put any lines here. All I do is kind of brush upward with whatever is left on my brush. I'm not going to dip this back in there because I'm going to just get too much product and it's going to look way too harsh. So light upward strokes. Now I am going to take a little bit more product to blend this area right here to that front. You kind of want that effect that it's fading into nothing. Now you can see the difference between this eye, this. Now my next tip is going in with the eyebrow gel. I'm just using one by Essence. It's the Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. This is a really good one if you're looking for something at the drugstore. This is slightly too light for me, but it ends up being okay once I blend it out. So just brush through those hairs, brush upward. And then I like to go over it with my spoolie. Again, brushing upward. I'm kind of bringing some of them back down so it doesn't look too crazy. I'm just going to do my other eyebrow off camera. And I see a lot of people on YouTube or Instagram putting concealer all over the under and top of their eye to define it and make it more sharp, but I'm not going to be doing that. My tip is that you just put a little where you need to cover it, or else I find that it looks really cakey when I put it all over the bottom and all over the top. So if I need to clean up anything, I like to take this cream contour kit from Anastasia and I take this cream shade right here, it's called Cream, and a little flat brush like this. And I just take a little bit of that product and I put it under where I need to clean or sharpen. My last tip is to highlight your brow bone. I'm going to be using this highlighting palette by e.l.f. I'm going to use this shade right here. I'm using this to highlight my brow bone. Now highlighting your brow bone is my favorite part. It really makes that eyebrow pop and look defined. You can also highlight with a non-shimmery shade if you're going for a more natural look. But I always highlight whether it's like an everyday look or a glam look. I always make sure to put that light shade under because that contrast between the dark and the light will really make those eyebrows pop. So that's it for the eyebrow tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it.
Drift away.